Oh, hello, my fine friends. So today, if you guys remember a while back, I had mentioned doing a couple of series on my channel along with my real last series. I wanted to do a series called Becoming a Beauty Guru, where I kind of take you guys behind the scenes and show you like everything behind the scenes. I know some of you guys are already YouTubers and you already know, but as far as those of you who are not YouTubers and you just watch videos on YouTube, a lot of you guys shown interest in, you know, kind of what it takes to do what it is that us people that film videos do. You guys know I don't consider myself a beauty guru. I'm just a bitch that films videos about makeup. I figured, you know, becoming a beauty guru was, honestly, it was just the best name I could think of. Okay, I'm not good at naming things, so that's what it is. And I figured, you know, that would give anybody who would want to become a beauty guru a good idea of the behind the scenes and like what it takes. I'm just gonna show you guys like my equipment, my setup. My setup is pretty basic as far as beauty guru setups go. I know some people have this crazy fucking elaborate, insane, like, my fucking apartment is a studio of shit. They got mics fucking hanging all over the place. My shit is not like that, girl. My shit is just for the basic bitch, okay? The only thing kind of insane about my setup is my camera. And for those of you who have been with me for like a really long time, you guys know that I started off as a photographer. I did not specifically go out and buy the camera that I have right now for YouTube. I went out and bought the camera that I have for photography. Most YouTubers have what's called an entry-level DSLR, and I have a professional level DSLR. So, I mean, I'll get into all that. I won't get into it right now. I'll get into it like as I'm filming. So I'm gonna grab my vlog camera and show you. I'm just gonna leave everything like how it is. This is what up. This is what my videos look like, and you guys will see like what the dilly. I don't like do anything crazy or use anything crazy expensive. So everything that I use will be linked down below. There may be affiliate links, but I'm not really sure. I'll tell you guys in the click down if there is. I'm trying to like set up something with Amazon for like some type of affiliation thing, but I really don't know how to do it, to be honest, so I'm trying to figure it out, girl. So let's just get into it. So I'm gonna grab my vlogging camera and show y'all what the dilly with the setup. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Okie dokie, so let's get started. So basically, I'm gonna show you like my setup as a whole, and then I'm gonna kind of break every little piece down, like why I use what I use, what it does, you know, all that good stuff. So don't mind my room is a fucking mess. It always is. That's just life, girl. So first off, I'll start with my lighting. So this is my setup right here. I sit right here to film my videos. My camera is there, it's pointing at me. I have a ring light that points back here that, you know, kind of lights up my background. I don't like it when my background's all dark. I prefer to use a natural background. I do not like, you know, glitter backgrounds, colored backgrounds, all that stuff, because I feel it's just like really impersonal to me, personally. However, if you are somebody who, you know, you don't want everybody seeing the inside of your house, you don't have like a makeup room, and you just don't want to like let people in like that, you know what I mean? Backgrounds are awesome. Like if you know, have to film in your kitchen or some shit like that, totally go for a background. But this right here is like how I light up my background. I used to light it up with soft boxes, and I used to do the ring light right in my face, but this fucking happened, like that fell and it broke everywhere, and I haven't replaced the bulbs yet. It's honestly been sitting there since it fell and broke, which was like 3 months ago, but that's a whole nother story. So this is the ring light here that I use. My ring light is more of a lower grade ring light. I know most people use like the Diva ring light brand, which is like $350. This I got off a website called dvestore.com. I think I'll leave the link for it down below. I think this was only like 130 bucks, something like that, which I know is a lot, but as compared to like the Diva ring light that most people use, that's like adjustable and all that other shit, that's like fairly fucking cheap, because the ring light that most other people use is, like I said, like $350. You can even get them cheaper than what I got, but a lot of the ones that I found that are on the cheaper end don't work as well. They're not as bright, they don't last as long, they break really easy, the bulbs go out really easy. So this one is just super easy. I sit it on this little tripod right here. The tripod is on there because I used to sit it on top of my desk in front of my face. That tripod is literally just a Manfrotto tripod that I got at Meijer's for like a really small camera, and it just happened to screw into my ring light and fit into it. I know DVE Store actually has a tripod that's made for this specific ring light, but it's like $30 and that was like $20 on sale, I think. So that's why I got that one, not the other one. The Velcro on my light is just because I tried to tack it up to my wall at one point when I was filming in a different room. The other two lights that I use are just super standard soft boxes. Tim got these for me for Christmas off of Amazon one year, and they were literally like $135 for 3 soft boxes, 3 stands, 3 light covers, all the light bulbs, and there was something else included, I can't remember, for $135, which again, might seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's actually pretty freaking cheap for 3 huge ass soft boxes for 135 bucks. So it was kind of like a little setup thing. And there are a lot of different websites that you can go onto that will have like a whole entire setup where you can get backgrounds, soft boxes, and all that stuff in one giant like little kit. So that is the only light that I use aside from my window for daylight. In order to reflect the light, I have this big ass mirror on my desk, which I just went to Menards, I think it was, and bought like a mirror sheet, because you can buy like these like mirror sheets at different sizes to frame them and like actually make a mirror out of them. But I just bought like this mirror sheet and stuck it on my desk. And basically what that does, as you can see from this angle, the softbox up here reflects off that and it shoots light up from the bottom of my face, and it's just super flattering lighting when you have light, like a light source coming up from the ground. It's just very flattering. That is basically all the lighting I use. That's all I do. There's no, you know, crazy fucking $8,000 lighting setup. It's 2 soft boxes and a ring light, girl, and a fucking mirror. So now I want to get into my camera. The camera that I use is a Canon 6D. This is a full frame camera. The difference between this, like I said in the beginning, most YouTubers use an entry-level camera or an entry-level DSLR. The reason why I said that is because they are a cropped sensor. If you know anything about photography, a cropped sensor means like this lens here is the 24-105 L series lens. If I were to put this lens onto a cropped sensor camera, the angle wouldn't be as wide. So you wouldn't be able to see as much behind me, if that makes sense. But with a full frame, the angle is a lot wider. And because the angle is a lot wider, the lenses that you put on it are gonna allow for a shorter depth of view, meaning your background's gonna be a little bit more blurry, basically. So say, you know, somebody with a crop sensor camera were to put this on their camera and take a picture with it, their background, if they took a picture of a person, wouldn't be as blurry as the background of me taking it with my camera. I hope that's making any kind of fucking sense at all. I know there's a lot to it, you guys. And the only reason I know this is because, again, I'm a photographer. So I use the Canon 6D. This is a DSLR full frame camera. Like I said, there are manual settings on here. I definitely suggest getting a camera, whether it be the Canon 6D or some type of mirrorless camera like the one that I'm shooting with right now, my vlog camera, in order to take your videos. Any type of camera that you can manually expose your videos is going to be better, because that provides better lighting, better white balance, things like that. I don't white balance any of my videos just because my camera is really good at white balancing on its own, because it's a professional level camera, so I don't really need to do that. If you guys have any other questions like about my camera and stuff, just leave them in the comments and I will do my best to try to answer them. Along with my camera, I also have a few lenses. Like I said, the first one is This one here, this is the Canon L series 24-105 lens. This one here, even though it's an L series lens, which by the way, I don't think I mentioned, L series lenses are like the top of the top when it comes to Canon lenses. They are like the fucking cream of the crop. They're basically the fucking like La Prairie of the makeup world, or like the lemme of the makeup world. Like these are very, very expensive. Most L series lenses do not run under $1,000. Most of them are up in the, you know, $1,500 to $2,500 range. So they're pretty expensive. My camera as well, like I said, I got it for photography. My camera is a $2,500 camera. You do not need a $2,500 camera to film YouTube videos. You can literally film videos with your phone as long as you have really good lighting. Then you have a decent iPhone, you could totally film videos. So back to the lenses. So the first lens that I have, and I only have 3 lenses, and the reason is because I used to use Sony when I was a photographer, and when I converted over to Canon, I just didn't have the money to buy a shit ton of lenses. I used to have like 6 or 7 lenses on my Sony, but Sony is not as comparable as far as pricing goes to Canon. So when I sold my camera with, like, you know, all my lenses, I was only able to get like that camera, that lens, and then these 2 lenses in exchange for, like, price-wise, you know what I mean? Next lens that I have is, can you see it? This is a Canon 35mm. This camera has an f of 2, which is f-stop. If you guys want me to do a video, like, really in-depth on tech stuff, like camera equipment, lenses, and things like that, just let me know in the comments and I'll totally do that for you guys, because I tend to like geek out on it a little bit because I'm totally into it, just saying. So this one I really like because it's a prime lens. What a prime lens is a lens that does not zoom. So this lens shoots 35mm. It does not shoot anything above. It does not shoot anything below. It does not zoom in or out at all. The reason why prime lenses tend to be better is because they're a little bit more sharper. The glass on them is a little bit more better, and because you're not zooming in and out, it just makes for a better photo. So a lot of photographers prefer prime lenses over zoom lenses. And the last lens I have, which I also purchased for photography, is another prime lens, and it's an 85mm f1.8. The f-stop is basically like how blurry your background is, pretty much. If I could say it in layman's terms, that's basically what it means. It's the amount of light that gets let inside of your camera, and it like makes your background blurry or not blurry. So this here is an 85mm Canon f1.8. I really love this for photography. I've never used this for videos because it's an 85mm. My camera would have to be, I would assume, probably like way back there where my IKEA desk is. That would have to be where my camera was in order to use this lens. But if I did use it clear back there, my background would be like completely blurred out, like what you see like the super professional YouTubers, like Tyler Oakley. You know how his videos are where he's like sitting there and like the whole entire background's just like completely blurred out. That's what this lens would do. But I do not like using it because my camera is too far away from me. I like to have my camera close. So now I'm gonna tell you guys basically like everything that's coming off of my camera. So first things first, I'll talk about the mic. This is just a basic standard Rode shotgun mic. And basically what a shotgun mic is if you're gonna be within like 5 feet of your camera while you're filming, you're gonna want a shotgun mic, because what that's gonna do is drown out all the other sound around you and only grab sound from what's directly in front of it. So you could totally, I honestly used the microphone on my camera for the longest time. And I mean, if I'm gonna be real straight up with you guys, like I already spent the $99 on this, so obviously I'm gonna fucking use it. But the microphone on my camera is so good. I mean, you can just slightly tell a difference between my microphone and my camera. So as far as that goes, you could totally use your camera's microphone if you're going to be really close to your camera. If you're going to be a lot farther away from your camera, I would suggest either a shotgun mic or some kind of lapel mic. A lapel mic is something that you clip on your shirt, like kind of what talk show people do, where they like clip mics on their shirts and stuff. So that's my mic. This will be linked below. It's just a Rode, really standard shotgun mic. I know there's another Rode that's a lot better than this. That's like, I want to say that one's like $199. Either it ranges from like $150 to $199, I believe. This for me is just fine. It's good enough. You know what I mean? I don't need a super crazy clear microphone. Like, I feel like my sound is good enough. If you guys don't think my sound is good, then you tell a bish, please. Thank you, Veronica. So next thing I have off my camera is this right here, and this is just a basic monitor. Tim bought this for me for Christmas or my birthday, and it was like, I want to say it was like $129. He just got it off of Amazon. It's a really good monitor. It does the job. I went the longest time without a monitor. I actually used to use my laptop as a monitor, and I would hook the Canon EOS utility up to it. I don't do that anymore because I'm so close to my camera. I used to do that when my camera was a lot farther away from me than what it is now. Like in my other room, my camera would sit back like 6 feet away from me, so I would use the EOS utility. I actually had this monitor for like a really fucking long time because when I bought it, it didn't come with a battery, and I wasn't aware that you could just like plug it in. So I actually used, that's the plug to it right there. That plug right there just happens to be the plug for that mirror right there. And I just figured out one day, like, I wonder if I could plug that into it, because it's like an AC adapter hole or whatever. Just because I got tired of dragging my laptop up here all the time. So I plugged it in and it worked, and I was like, oh my God, I own this fucking monitor for like a year or two before I even got to use it. And now that I have it, I'm like, oh my God, how would I live without it? If my camera, if I were to do a setup, you like my baby wipes, that's what I use to hold my monitor up. If I did a setup where my camera was a lot farther away from me, then I would go back to using the EOS utility. If you guys want to know more about the EOS utility, just leave it in the comments and I will go more in depth about that. The next thing I have running off of my camera is this right here. And I know a lot of YouTubers do not use this, and I don't know why. Basically what I use this for is just a long-standing battery. This plugs up into my camera, into the battery compartment, and then the plug to this plugs into the wall, so my camera is on a constant feed. I don't have to worry about batteries. I don't have to worry about recharging. I don't understand why all YouTubers in the world do not use this. I always hear, I'm not gonna shut that. I always hear people talking about like, oh, my battery died. Oh, I have to recharge my battery. Like, I don't understand why everybody doesn't use that. Maybe they don't know about it, but it's amazing. The only thing I will say is, for this, when you very first plug it into your camera, it'll say that, like the battery is not accepted or something like that. Let me see. When you first turn your camera on, this comes up and says cannot communicate with battery, use this battery. Basically all you have to do is go to OK and tap it, and then it works. That worried me at first when I very first got it, because I was like, is this gonna fuck my camera up? But it hasn't. It's never done anything to my camera, so it works just fine. So that is all I have running off of my camera, is my monitor, my little battery pack thing, and then my mic. As far as my camera settings and everything like that goes, if you guys want, again, a more in-depth video on that, just let me know. I'm not gonna get into it in this video just because this video is long enough as it is, but this is like my basic setup. So if you're looking where the camera is, like this is basically what you guys are seeing, you know, obviously scaled down because, you know, I'm like zooming out or whatever, or zooming in, I mean. So this, here is my setup. I told you guys it's super hella basic. Like I don't use anything, you know, overly expensive, and my videos are really good quality. As I said in the beginning, my camera is really what makes my video quality on the next level, I guess. Okay, so that's basically my setup. If, like I said, if you guys want any more like in-depth videos on anything on the tech side, like as far as lighting goes, as far as camera equipment goes, lenses, anything like that, even if you want like a basic, like super basic bitch tech, how the fuck do I use a camera, what do I do, I can totally do that too. I would be totally down for that if there are some of you that are interested in that. As I said when I was talking about my camera, you do not need a DSLR. You can get something like this, which is a little bit cheaper than a DSLR. This is called a mirrorless camera. And basically the way that it works is, so like with a DSLR, you put your lens on, and when you take the picture is reflected off of a mirror inside your sensor, whereas this just takes the digital image. There is no like mirror inside your camera. It's not taking like a copy. So like a DSLR basically takes a copy, and then this just takes it straight on digitally. I hope this is making sense. Probably fucking not. If you want me to go more in depth, I'll explain it a little bit better. I just don't have anything like mapped out as to like what I'm gonna say. I don't do any type of, as I've told you guys before, I need to get a fucking desk calendar so I can be a little bit more organized. I do not do video layouts. I don't do talking points for my videos. I don't do anything like that. I basically think of an idea of what I want to film and I come up here and film it, and that's what I do as of right now. With me filming 3 times a week, as I've mentioned before, I need to start getting on the ball and being a little bit more organized with it, but as of now, I am not. So if you are a mom, if you have a job, if you're somebody that like, oh, I've only got like an hour or 2 a day to film and edit and do stuff like that, like you can totally do it. You don't have to set it up first. You just, you know, that comes with time. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys about my tripod. I don't really know that much about my tripod, to be honest. It is a Manfrotto, but my mom bought it for me for Christmas. I do know that Manfrotto tripods are more on the expensive side because they are way better made. They're basically built to be indestructible. They're really durable. So they are a little bit more expensive, but you do not need a Manfrotto tripod. Manfrotto is just kind of like the YSL of tripods, if you will. I know there are some more tripod brands that are even higher than Manfrotto, but that's just a more popular one. What I have is just a standard tripod. When I started off on YouTube, I literally used a $20 tripod that I got from Myers or Walmart, one of those. You could totally use that too. You don't need a super duper fancy tripod. I do really like my tripod for photography though, because it does stand so still, you know what I mean? It's not like really janky or anything, but you could totally use a janky one because you're not moving. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna stop. I could literally yammer on for hours. My dogs are up here now, so they are ready to go out. So I'm gonna go let them out before they drive me crazy. They already are a little bit. So as I said 800 times before, if you guys want me to go in depth on anything that I talked about in this video, camera, lenses, how to run the camera, like if you want a video on like how to film videos, maybe I'll do that next. Maybe I'll do how to film videos next. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see that next. Or if you would rather something else, like editing videos or something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna quit yammering on about it because I could talk about it for hours and hours, legitimately. It's something that I super, super geek out on. If you guys, again, for the umpteenth time, if you want any type of in-depth video on anything that I'm talking about, then just let me know in the comments. Okay, we need to go. Just let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do a video on how to film videos, like what to set your camera in, how to set it up, stuff like that, then let me know and I'll do that one next. Or I can do something else like editing or something. But if you want like a real in-depth video, because I can't do it in this video, obviously this video is like 8 fucking hours long as is. because I totally geek out on everything. If you want a like how to use a DSLR and how to actually film the video, let me know in the comments and I will totally do that next. Hoyt is gonna knock my camera over in about 2.5, so I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you have not. Don't forget to hit notifications so you do not get unsubscribed. If you want to subscribe, subscribe, because I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I'm consistent. Yeah, I can say that now. Follow me on all my social media and I will catch you guys in my next one. Peace.
Yeah. Whoa, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Ooh. There. Oh my god, I'm such a fucking mess. Wait, so now I'm gonna get into full gear. A little whiles back. A little whiles. I feel like